Hi everyone. So we're so sorry that the live couldn't be saved. So we're doing a retake on that so that anyone who missed it will now have a chance to go through it. So I welcome everyone to our first episode of Warriors of Light. And today with us we have Ark, and Ark is someone who's been working with Tara for a while. And out of most of the things that they've been working on, the focus has been for him is fear, getting out of it and coming into heart space. So yeah, I would just like to ask Tara to continue with this, and then we can ask Ark to then come ahead and share his experience with all of us.
Hi guys, let me just adjust my cushion right behind me. So happy to have you all here with us. And as always, I love this form of greeting. So I honor and acknowledge the creator within you, and I honor and acknowledge the same creator within me. So let's honor that creator that we truly are, and let us just bring the magic of creation onto the outside and start to experience a life of our highest excitement on the outside. So, the Warriors of Light, wow. The idea for this entire series came from the space of there's so much of turmoil right now which is happening on the planet, and I don't like using the word turmoil. Let me just say breakdown of the old. Yeah, there's so much of that that's taking place, and people don't know what's happening with them. So the idea came from a place of telling those people who find themselves alone, who feel that there's no one there with them, and they do not really, and they're not able to understand what's happening with them. The message that we wanted to send out here loud and clear was, if we can do it, so can you. So that's where the whole idea of Warriors of Light came from. And in fact, just yesterday, someone mentioned to me that there's a photography group called the Warriors of Light, which I wasn't really aware of. But let's just look into warriors. Yeah, so these are people who are people who have kind of gone past their fears, and fear is the topic for today. They've gone past their fears, and they've been able to really give actual proof, not just to the world outside, but even to themselves. That's the reason we call them, and me included, we call ourselves as warriors. So we are needing to be warriors to be able to face our innermost demons, the likes of fear, the likes of even I was just doing a session with someone, and disappointment was a very big demon that was kind of showing up. Yeah, and obviously when we have all of these emotions, it does not allow us to get into that space of hope and start to get back into working on yourself. Yeah. um, because we can get into that space. So, however, fear was that demon that our guest today, who we have invited, and and it is for the purpose of giving a tribute to all these warriors who've been working on themselves here on this platform with me, to kind of be able for them to come out and say to you guys that we have been able to do it, we have been able to face our innermost demons, and so can you. So this beautiful being, Arkin, really went inwards. It wasn't easy because there was a lot of fear that he had to go past. He had to move that, and fear is such a debilitating energy, emotion, that it can really want you to believe that you've made it, that you've gotten out there, and you kind of fine, and there's nothing more that you need to look at and all of that, which is what he was in as well, that space, and he's going to be sharing that. But only by way of going past your fears can you then reach your light, that inner spark, that creator spark, from which then you will be creating the magic on the outside. So this beautiful inner spark, which was kind of hidden, beneath the dross, yeah, which is fears and all the other emotions, where we have self-limiting narratives that go on, which say I'm not good enough, or I cannot achieve it, or it's impossible, or I'm not loved and needed and wanted. So all of these emotions are the ones that suppress your true creator, and is not able to then let you come out into the space of truly actually creating the life of your highest excitement. So he needed to go past these fears, and he needed to then get to that light, which wasn't easy. And then, okay, my camera just kind of went, sorry about that. All right. Okay. So it wasn't easy. And as that was happening, yeah, he was finding himself going back and forth. So it wasn't that he was just kind of, he found his way out and, straight off he was out there. No, there was a back and forth that you guys might be finding yourselves in as well. So without me ranting on that topic, I would want to now invite our first warrior of light. Yay! Arkin, would you
Yay.
want to share your experience with all of us?
Okay, first of all, yes. First of all, yeah, Arkin here. Nice to have you all. And this fear was really debilitating, first of all. And also, it was very hidden for me. Um, I could not find it. I didn't even know I had this sort of fear that was so deep within, where it had to be searched for with the help of Dara, of course. However, how it started for me was through abuse in this life, where it actually started from the womb, uh, the abuse. Now, when there is abuse in the womb, what can you feel? It's just going to be fear, right? As a baby, that's the first thing you will see as actually an unborn child. So it started from abuse. And when I was born, um, there was more abuse. So for me, there was an acceptance as well at the same time that was happening through the abuse. My elder brother, he was a very abusive brother. He's not anymore abusive, but like that's when everything starts. So through the abuse of my childhood, I was not actually led to be free and actually be free as a kid and just do whatever I want to do. No, I was always controlled. Now, control is another factor of if I'm controlled, there's fear, obviously. So I couldn't really move and do whatever I really wanted to do. And when life actually kept moving on and on, I never really made friends. I actually didn't know what that was because of the abuse. Whenever I was outside and in school, where university, I looked at people where um, they were very open and organic in their talking. I never, for me, I thought that I was still fine. That's the fear that was really hidden. So, however, I couldn't move myself to communicating with others freely as how others have done. So that was one part of fear in me that wasn't even being seen. I was going through lots of panic attacks as well at the same time, anxiety, OCD, all those mental trauma that did not lead me to see what I'm actually here for, what I really wanted to do. I was living my life on basically an edge where I just had nothing to give because of what I've gone through as a child. So that was the first thing. Now, the unknown part of the fear that was in me was also coming from my past life. My past life meaning in my other birth, past birth. And she was a prostitute, where she was basically brutalized, assaulted, raped, you could say whatever, and sexually abused. Actually, I also went through sexual abuse in this life as well, as a kid. So, which there was an acceptance of for me, but because of the past life, I see why that acceptance of fear was hiding. And because she went through so much trauma, I was basically, I numbed myself in my past life. I desensitized myself. I stopped myself from feeling anything. Now, when I started this work with our, we were going on with it pretty well in the beginning, obviously, but there was so much more that was layered deep within. And it was from her. So much sadness. Of course, mind you, everything got on, like, was hidden even this life because of her. Let's just say that. So we had to literally do a passive regression to bring her out. And that numbness, that desensitized space had to be felt too. I wanted to do my work, my inner process. I wanted to be free because I don't want to be in the space of fear, anxiety, sadness, abandonment, not feeling good in every situation, being the brunt of everything from my relationships. You know, I never had a say. You know, everything was happening to me. You know, gaslighting, abuse in relationships. I never actually had a say. I didn't know where it was coming from, so it was from her. And when she was slowly coming out, she also wanted to feel good, good. And that's still the fear, like good in the sense that because my passion was this, the inner work, the healing. So she wanted to feel good about it as well. And so that's another space where I couldn't feel even further. So I was in this, because it was such a passion where I'm really good at it, I have knowledge about it, the spiritual path. I became sort of like a Babaji, as Tara says it, and a Guruji, where I would use just the knowledge from my mind to feel like I am something. So that was my ego as well. So she just wanted to feel this way. I don't blame her. She wanted to feel some sort of attention coming her way, where it was not just all the assault and all that. She also wanted to feel good, and I don't blame her. So that's why I was also not able to go deeper. Now, when that phase was over, again, that's a phase for me. It was required. We went deeper into her, and then more layers came out, and finally I was out of the ego space. And mind you, as we speak about this, there's always a layer, a layer, a layer. It's like we keep moving and shifting. There's not a space where you feel like everything is done for you, like, you're there. So that is one of the biggest things I had to accept as well. So anyways, about the fear. So the fear was really, really just deep. And so when we went deeper and deeper, a lot of fear came up because she was really holding herself back. She was, and the sadness as well. A lot of not feeling good about herself. And then it came to this life again for me as well, and all the other lives. So it suddenly became very simultaneous at the same time, everything. So however I had to go through, I am still going through in phases. So fear is one element which is so deep within all of us where we can't even see it. Even though you're really open, it's still hovering around, even your thoughts everywhere. So yeah, this is one of the biggest challenges that I've actually faced, and I'm still coming out of, because the abuse factor was the biggest challenge. That's where all the fear was. It's hard. It was tough for me to come out because of the unsafeness from my past life aspect and this life, because everything was abuse for me. So I'm still work in progress, and fear is literally being you can say pulled out in a very gradual scale for me, because all the emotions that I faced uh, cannot just come just in one moment. It's coming in gradual phases. So yeah, that's my challenge, and still I'm facing it. I'm actually going through some things right now, anyways. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your process with everyone, and thank you guys for
Welcome.
tuning in to this series, the first Warrior of Light series, and listening to the story of this beautiful being of light, Arkin. Now, what I hear from you, Ark, just to kind of put it into a perspective here for the others who are out there, what I'm hearing from you is that what you said was that that one thing that actually kept you in a desensitized space was the fear of feeling the pain, the pain that you thought would actually be completely so big and completely break you, not knowing that all through your life you'd been feeling that pain. So then what we come to and what you understood is in the process that fear is nothing but a false evidence appearing real, FEAR, which stops you from going into that very space where your power lies, where your creator is. Yeah, because your creator is hidden underneath those layers of false evidence appearing real, which means what will happen if I have to face this pain? Now, the pain was being faced all through. And the templating of this particular lifetime, yes, came from the past life. So we needed to, so as we were kind of doing the work on him, guys, and we were seeing different areas. However, I could find out, and I could, because I tune into the energy field, I was able to tune into his energy field, and I was able to see that he is not still coming from the heart space. He's still not being able, allowing himself to open up fully and feel that pain, even though he said no, he's feeling it, but I knew it was coming from his mind. So I kept telling him, no, go in further, go in deeper. There is more there to be looked at. And I told him, stay with it, because that's what I do. I do not, push you into it. I just hold your hand and let you take your own pace, actually, which is what is needed. So slowly, by and by, as he came to that space, we kind of I was guided to go and check the past life experience of his, which was where the crux of that situation was, which was where that space where he was not being able to really go past that. And of course, like the way he said here that he was holding a lot of low self-worth. No wonder, because he's been abused, guys, right from age 3. He was sexually, physically, mentally, and emotionally abused. So a child who's been abused to that extent will end up really either completely desensitized, yeah, or will be really aggressive and will really be someone, will be a bully himself. So it could be taken, it could be showing up in either or ways. And no wonder he went into alcohol there and as well. So he was a chronic, I would say, alcoholic, because he was every single day drinking. And what then was taking place was, because of this alcohol as well, it was keeping him stuck in that story, in that loop of, I'm not good enough, I need to do something on the outside to prove to the others that I'm also someone who can be loved and accepted and all of that. And so what then happens is that there's a huge amount of narrative that goes on, which of course you're not aware of, yeah, and it is stuck in there. So he needed to go past it. And believe me, guys, the message that comes out so loud and clear today is that, because I've told him, ever since I started to work with him, I said to him, my God, it's such a what is the word that I'm looking for here? It's such a miracle that you haven't ended up being in a loony bin. You could have lost your mind totally because of the intensity of what you were going through. I mean, for someone who was kicked in the womb, yeah, by the abuser, like when the mother was carrying this baby and was kicked there. So that's what he meant when he said my abuse started off in the womb. Not to talk about whatever traumas the mother was going through, because the mother was also having some fears and stuff. That's where the template has come from, right? So of course it's like all of that, that when you're going through that, no wonder you completely lost, you are totally hopeless, and you do not know what to do. From that space to where he's come to today, where he's totally given up on alcohol, he's moving very surely on this path to becoming a healer himself, because that's what, when he said, he meant, it was his calling to go out there and help people, to be out there and really start to put this thing into people's head as well, that if I can do it, so can you. And that's what he meant by, that he really wants to kind of, it's his passion, so it was his calling. So he got in touch with his innermost authentic signature frequency, and then said, okay, all those people who are being abused and you don't know what to do and how to do, you please get in touch with me and I will be able to help you. So we really are in here in awe, I would say, of this beautiful being who's planned right from pre-birth space, yeah, to come down here, to go through the trauma and pain, and to be able to find a way out of the matrix where he was finding himself to be in. And because there was a calling, he continued at it no matter what was coming his way. So fear was also not able to stop him. He just kind of, of course it was difficult, like how you heard from him, because that was the only thing he knew right from the time when he was in the womb. Yeah, he just knew fear. He did not know when he would be kicked and beaten and hurt and wounded and named and shamed and bullied and all of the rest, yeah, and sexually abused as well. Imagine such an early introduction of sexuality can cause so much of wounding to your sacral and to the creative juices, because your creative juices get marred straight off then, because there's so much of guilt and shame and whatever blame that comes into that area. So we are going to be coming up with more of these series for you guys, where you will see different warriors of light who would be showing to you that, and we are going to be addressing different topics, where they are going to be showing to you the fact that they have been able to overcome their anxieties, their traumas, the stuff where they needed to take their power back from. They've been able to do it, and if they can do it, so can you. That's a message to all of you. And we have another beautiful warrior of light here, Divya, my co-host, and she too is finding her way out of the matrix, where she is tuning into her unique signature frequencies. We have these beautiful healers coming on board, guys. I'm so happy that we are having this part of the human collective wake up. So we're like a like-white tribe here. We really have fun as we are working along. So she is kind of picked up tarot, and her readings are so beautiful and so appropriate. Right in the moment, you will get your message coming through, because of the fact that she comes from a heart space. So all these people, that are working here, Arkin as well, he really comes from his heart space. Yeah, you can see that. And that's when the energies start to work with you, because they're seeing that you're going to be having this ripple effect to so many people around you, where you're going to be able to change that that part of the human collective, and you're being able to change the world. Yeah. So do check her page also. She is Oh, Divya, would you want to give your details as well here?
Yeah, so my page is the_tarot_space on Instagram. So you guys can check it out and see if it resonates with you.
Beautiful. And Ark, what about you? Would you want to share your page with everyone?
Yeah, of course. It's Arkin dot creator.
Okay, all right.
So
Ark is just almost about to kind of
start.
start off. Divya already has started off, and that's the reason there was a little bit of a pause there when he was giving his page out, because he's just about to be starting off. Yeah. Of course, because of the fact that he's still going through the process.
Yeah.
Not that Divya isn't, and not that I am not, because all of us are a work in progress all through. But
Yes.
but he's just about to be starting his work, and yeah, so do check him out as well, guys. Do go onto his page and see whatever it is, if it resonates with you. Get in touch with him, and get in touch with Divya. They are these beautiful warriors of light, and I truly, 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 it's a tribute. These series are a tribute to all those trailblazers who've kind of showing to the world that we can do it. you know it's it's not that we are weak, it's not that we are small, it's not that we are incapable. It's just that we believed that we were weak, that we were small, that we were incapable. It was just that. So mind you, your belief is your reality. So now starting to shift that belief and taking your power back from those emotions is what is needed here. And with that, Divya, would you want to say anything else here? I mean, you will probably want to tell them that we're coming up with the next one. When is it? Yeah, I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, so we're coming up with the next one in the next 2 weeks. So that will be the 17th of July, and we will be doing it on Instagram Live. So it will be at the same time that the previous one would be. So that will be on Saturday, 17th July at 6 p.m. Dubai time. And yeah, guys, please be there. And the live that we had was so fun and so interactive, because you get to ask these trailblazers there, how they do it, and any questions that you may have. And it's really nice to hear it from them, because it just gives you this sense of assurance that if they can do it, you can do it. So yeah, please do join us, guys, and we'll be coming out with a lot more things. So please be following our page and stay tuned, and yeah, we just have fun as we go along.
Yeah. So what we'll say is celebrate life irrespective of whatever is happening. And of course, just finishing off with one thing. I know Divya is really optimistic, and she's like, yes, 6 o'clock sharp Dubai time on 17th of July. But we will still reconfirm the date and the time to you.
Ah,
So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Really, truly appreciate. And we are building this beautiful community, this family out here, and do join us on this beautiful Creator Within Me family that we are in en route to kind of creating for ourselves and the world. Thank you so much, and
thank you.
as always,
Thank you, guys.
stay happy and enjoy life irrespective.